and very good day. Now we continue about the biomass, biogas energy as an energy source of the biogas power plant. So we start from the classification of the biogas digester system. So digester means uh, biogas process uh, to obtain the gas of methane. In here, the specification of the gas is methane. Methane CH4. Process obtain the CH4 and CO2, methane and carbon dioxide. Now, so the first type of the digester is what we can call the floating gas holder digester. So floating in here, we can see here that this one is floating. Floating means can float this part of the digester to collect the methane and then can be flow through this pipe. The overall system of the digester, floating gas holder digester, is constructed by the first, what we can call as inlet. The second is outlet. Inlet mean here, to enter the slurry, slurry of the, for example, coal dump, can 11 dump, and we enter through this tank, and then flow through this inlet pipe, will store in here, to be what we can call also slurry. So produce gas. Methane will be collected in the holder or floating gas holder here. And this methane can be supplied to the, for example, turbine or for the cooking through this pipe. When the slurry is over, is over here, can be out through this pipe. So goes to the outlet here. This one is also tank. Here. Now this one is floating gas holder digester. The second type of the biogas digester, what we can call fixed dome digester. The main construction is almost with the floating holder biogas digester. Fixed domes, in here, dome, look at here. This one is dome, and the position is peak. So it is called by fixed dome. The construction, is almost same with the floating digester. Mean it is constructed also by inlet or also outlet. But the construction we can see here overall, the construction is peak. Peak means, look at this construction. It is constructed by the concrete, for example, by the concrete. And then space maybe is more large in terms of the down enter, and also down outer here. This level is slurry. Here it is slurry. And then biogas will be captured or will go out, go to to above, in this dome area, and we want to use it, can be flow through this pipe. This one is fixed dam digester. When we have, we can look here. It is, we can see like this one is volume of the slurry, volume of the dung, cold dung in here, volume, and also here, volume of the dung as slurry here. Now, when this condition is obtained, in here, VB, volume of biogas, and then HB here, heat of combustion per unit volume biogas, joule per meter power 2. Now, so we can calculate it power, can be generated by the biogas. It is given by P equal efficiency multiply heat of combustion per unit volume biogas HB and volume of biogas HB here. And also the other formulation, to calculate the power, can be used this formulation. This formulation. It means it is a formulation of P as function of, we include term of the fraction, Fm here, Fm here, of the methane, fraction of the methane. Now, so we can calculate it by using this formula. Power is equal to efficiency multiply Hm multiply Fm multiply Vb. Hm here is heat of combustion of methane. We can take the value 56 megajoule per kilogram. If it is energy per kilogram of the dung. Or we including energy per volume. Now, so heat combustion of methane here we can take by 28 megajoule per meter cubic. And VB volume in here is given by VB is equal to Cm0. C in here biogas yield per unit dry mass whole input. This value 0.2 to 0.4 meter power 3 over kg. And then mu 0 in here mass of dry input. Can kg per day per co. This one kg per day. So if we have the number of co, for example n, now so MO is equal to multiply how many kg per day multiply how many number of co. And then the volume of fluid per day in the digester is given by Vf dot is equal to MO over rho m. Rho m in here is density of dry matter of the fluid. Now this value is 50 kg over meter power 3. Means after obtaining the MO here, so volume of fluid per day can be calculated by using this formula. So volume of digester given Vd is equal to Vf Tr. Tr means rotation variable. In the digester for anaerobic fermentation. Usually for the number of day we can take 10 to 50 days. This one. It is value of Tr. For example, calculate the following parameters of biogas system. We want to calculate the volume, volume of biogas digester, the power available from the digester. If the data is given, number of co is X, the rotation variable Tr 20 days, the temperature for fermentation 30 degrees Celsius. The dry matter consumed per co per day, ya 2 kg. And burner efficiency 70%. Methane propagation 0.7. Now, so the first we want to calculate the total mass of dry input. Yeah, because in here, yeah, dry matter consumed per co per day 2 kg. Yeah. Now, so how many number of co? In here we obtain 8. So the total mass of dry input is equal to dry matter consumed per co multiple the number of co. Yeah, the matter consumed per co is 2 kg per day. Okay, multiply how many number of co? 8. Now, so we obtain the total mass of dry input, yeah, is 16 kg over dye. Yeah, this can be imagined. Yeah, input for the digester, yeah, is 16 kg over day. Okay, and then the volume valued per day in the digester is given by Vf dot is equal to M0 over rho m. Yeah, rho m, yeah, is given from here. Yeah, we have decided 50 kilogram per meter power 2. So MO is total of mass. The total mass of the dry input is 16 kg per day over 50 kg per meter power 2. Kg in here cut, meter here, meter power 2 is here, goes to as numerator. Now, so 16 over 15 is equal to 0.32 meter cubic per day. Yeah, this one. Okay, now and then, so we can calculate the volume of biogas digester. The volume of biogas digester, yeah, VD. So VD is equal to VF TR. Yeah, TR we take here 20. Yeah, TR take, yeah, the rotation period 20 days. So VF obtained 0.32 multiplied 20 is equal to 6.4 meter power 3. And then we obtain the volume of biogas, VV. VV is equal to CMO. Yeah, VV is equal to C obtained, yeah, is given by 0.2. Yeah, because here we decide the value of C is around 0.6 to 0.4 meter cubic meter cubic per kilogram. So C in here we give 0.2 multiply M0 16, yeah, from here. Yeah, now so 0.2 multiply 16 is equal to 3.2 meter cubic per day. Yeah. And then the power available from the digester, last we can obtain V is equal to rho HM FM VB. Yeah, rho is equal to is efficiency of burner, yeah, 70%. Now, so 0.7. Yeah, HM in here 28 megajoule per meter power 3. We take from here. This one, 28 megajoule per meter power 3. Yeah, and then FM. FM in here is methane propagation. Yeah, proportional 0.7. 0.7. And then multiply VB. VB obtained here. Now, so is we obtain 43.9 megajoule per day. And then we convert joule to be watt second here. Yeah. Yeah, mega in here 10 power 6. So 43.9 multiply 10 power 6. Okay, and then second is here is convert to be hours. to be hours. Nah, so 1 second is equal to 1 over 3600 to be 1 hours per day. Okay, and then one day we have 24 hours. So in here we multiply 1 day is equal to 24 hours. So we obtain the power is 508.1 watt. It means it is power generated by this biogas digester. Okay, and then for example, if we have one digester type of the dome system, and then we want to maintain the temperature of this digester. Usually it is around 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. One method can be applied is greenhouse biogas system. Mean if it is dome, this one is surface of the earth and this one is dome. And then we want to maintain the temperature here by using this greenhouse. It is the greenhouse. And then normally this greenhouse can be constructed from specific material. For example, can from the plastic. And then the color of the plastic can white, clear, red, blue, or black, or green. So each the color has what we can call MSPT. We have the list of the table for this one. Why? Because we want to transmit the heat from the sun. Conductive, evaporative, this one, or radiative. This three type. Now this method we can call the greenhouse biogas system. Now this one. It is the construction of the greenhouse biogas digester. It is greenhouse, this one. We can see this greenhouse, and it is inside of the greenhouse we have the biogas digester. This one is slurry, and then it is sun. Means sun spread the radiation, arriving the space of the greenhouse. So we have the temperature ambient, TA. Dome has the temperature, dome temperature. In here we give the symbol TD. And slurry, we have the temperature also. We give symbol in here TS, slurry temperature. Mean here, when we want to maintain or control the temperature, and we use a greenhouse system, means we have the compression, I call compression, temperature that come from the sun. Here TA ambient, and then here dome temperature until slurry temperature. And then when the digester process occur in 24 hours. 24 hours means in the day times and also night times. In this case, there is heating transfer process. And then this heating transfer process can be divided in two times. The first in the day times and the second in the night time. Meaning process heating process, temperature come from the sun, goes to the greenhouse, and then inside of the greenhouse, has the digester. Okay, now so digester process occurs. Now so occurs or transfer, or there is different temperature between temperature of domes and also slurry temperature. It is in the daytime. When the nighttime, when the time has no sun, I say lah, means there is temperature come from the sun. Which one is higher in terms of the temperature, dome or slurry? Sure, slurry temperature is higher. Yeah, so the heat transfer come from the slurry to the dome. Mean slurry temperature is higher than dome temperature. Yeah. Now, so in this case, there is two heat transfer process occurs. Yeah, during daytime and during the night time. Yeah, heat transfer totally. Yeah, heat transfer for the evaporative, conductive, and also radiative. Yeah, this one. We want to know for the heat transfer in the daytime. Okay, and then when the heat process occurs, there are some condition can be fulfilled. Yeah, the condition. Okay, for this case, the gas holder drum, the gas within drum, the slurry trap air within greenhouse, ambient air surrounding the gas wall, or are in isothermal condition. It is some conditions should be fulfilled in this process. Okay, and then the fermentation process to produce the biogas in the digester occurs during the daytime and night time. Thus, the thermal analysis is for the both time. Okay, we want to analyze the thermal analysis for the daytime and also the night time. The first, during the daytime. Okay, during the daytime, there is no evaporation heat losses. Why? Because large capacity of the slurry. Okay. And then the radiative heat transfer coefficient HRDS. RDS means radiative occurs from the dome to a slurry. Yeah, from dome to slurry is given by RDS is equal to epsilon tau. Yeah, multiply TD power 4 minus TS power 4 over TD minus TS. Epsilon in here is emissivity of material. Mean this one material that constructed by the greenhouse can from the plastic or mica, for example. And look at the color. Yeah. And tau in here is 7 Boltzmann constant. 5.7 multiplied 10 power minus 8 watt per meter power 2 Kelvin power 2. Yeah. And TD is dome temperature in Kelvin. TS is slurry temperature in Kelvin. Okay, and then we can see emissivity of some materials like plastic. Yeah, plastic type acrylic clear. Emissive epsilon is 0.94. The color black 0.95. White 0.84. Red 0.94. White 0.84. And fiberglass, the emissivity is 0.75. Glass 0.92. Ice 0.97. Paper color black 0.9. Color green 0.85. and color white 0.68. Now this one is emissivity, which one the material used in the greenhouse. Okay, this value for the epsilon here. Okay, and then conductive, convective heat transfer coefficient DS, this one is DS. HCDS, convective from dome to slurry. HCDS is equal to Nu multiply K over L. Nu in here is Nusselt's number. Now, so means this heat transfer coefficient for the convective, HCDS, is affected by the first Nu, Nusselt number, Gu, Grosov number, and PR, TL number, PR. And Nu in here is given by 0.27 GR, PR, power 0.65. GR in here, G beta X power 3 delta T over V power 2. Here, PT in here, rho CV over K. VR in here. G in here is gravity, and beta in here, or obtained from the value, some value. Okay, and then PR, rho, and the others now, and there's value rho CV, V, K, alpha, PR can be obtained from this table. Means for the specific temperature. Because this table, is given for the specification temperature that given like this. Now, so the out of this temperature can be find for the value rho, CV, mu, K, V, alpha by using this interpolation formulation. Means, for example, general formulation, if x1, x2, y1, y2 is given, and we want to find the value of y by givening the value of x. Now, so value of a is given by y1 plus x minus x1 multiply y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This one. So, so after obtaining the value of the radiative and conductive, now so the total of heat transfer coefficient given by ds, H tot is equal to HRDS plus HCDS. And then during the night time, it is reversed, from the daytime. The process will be reversed and heat transfer will take place from the slurry to dome. Means before in the daytime, process from the dome to slurry, reverse for the daytime process from the slurry to the dome. So the radiative heat transfer, HRDS, is given by rho tau Ts power 2 minus Td power 2 over Ts minus Td. Before in the daytime, Td power 4 minus Ts power 4 over Td minus Ts. Why? Because in the daytime, dome temperature is higher than slurry temperature. But in the daytime, slurry temperature is higher than dome temperature. So in here, Ts tolak Td. And then convective heat transfer coefficient, HCSD, is given by 0.84 multiply Ts minus Td plus Ps minus Pd multiply Ts plus 273 over 268.9 multiply 10 power 3 minus Ps power 1 over 3. Look at Ps and Pd here. PS and PD means vapor pressure as function of temperature. Meaning we can find lah the pressure, vapor pressure for the slurry, for the slurry and for the dome, and then river temperature. Just change the value of temperature here. Okay, and then the last, we can calculate the value of evaporative heat transfer. Is given by HESD is equal to 0.016 multiply HCSD multiply PS minus PD over TS minus TD. Following this formulation. Mean when we want to find the value of HESD, first find the value of conductive heat transfer from the slurry to dome. Last, after obtaining the value of radiative, conductive, and emissive evaporative heat transfer, we can calculate the total heat transfer coefficient, H total. H total in here is HRSD plus HCSD plus HESD. Okay, thank you very much.